Good afternoon, everyone. This is Jared Rand. Welcome to the Global Guided Meditation Call for Tuesday, December 16, 2025. After 3:15 p.m. Eastern, we're having a time for change call tomorrow night at 9:15 p.m. Eastern. And as always, it's going to be full of stuff. You want to make sure you're in a comfortable position. No outside interference. Relaxed into your body. Focused on your breath rising and falling. Still as a statue. Not rely on the mind for liberation. Yogadata. This universe, in many ways, is infinite, interlinked with billions of universes, trillions of universes, unending. And it's all around us, within us. Outer space extends far beyond what we can see with any high-tech cosmic telescope, which can view star systems 13 billion light years away. And this incredible universe is also a living, breathing experience that extends infinitely within us. It continues deeper beyond the atomic quantum particles, which are amazing yet ancient. Electron microscopes can barely see. And when we look inside ourselves on a conscious level, using our mind to explore who we truly are, what we discover is yet another realm of infinity. And inside our mind, there are memories piled upon memories piled upon memories, beliefs within beliefs, all stacked to infinity. And for every new thought that is forming right now, there are a dozen new thoughts soon to follow. Sit down on some lazy Sunday afternoon, spiritually investigate who you really are. You'll find you can ascend and descend forever within the deepest realms of your very soul. However, what I find most fascinating inside of this infinite mystery is in the relationship that's manifesting between our inner world and the outer universe. Behaves something like a perpetual reflection in a mirror. Whatever is happening within our inner world is attracting, magnetizing, and manifesting what we are experiencing in our outer world. So one might say, do you mean to tell me that right now, in this very moment, I have magnetized the life I have in this very moment, exactly what's going on, what I'm experiencing, what I'm seeing? And the answer to that is an emphatic, big yes. And I talk about this a lot because it needs to be talked about a lot so that people can begin to realize that this is where it all is. The condition of the planet, how things appear on the surface. I've had many share with me the fact that they can see through things now. They see through them, not judging them. They're aware. And when they look at it now, they say compared to before, so many years ago, it's the difference between day and night. They see the silliness, the immaturity, the lack of responsibility, almost childish, childlike happenings, responses, situations. So how do you feed that? How do you feed that? How do you keep it going? How do you keep that upheaval? For example, if I'm in a good mood today, all I see are happy, smiling faces wherever I go. And amazing opportunities seem to effortlessly float my way. Then if I fall down into an emotional dumpster, where a lot of people are right now, the face of every being has nothing but gloom and doom smeared all over it. So it appears everything's doom and gloom. Okay? And it feels like my entire life is about to collapse. Sound familiar? The law of attraction is unavoidable. Both ways, say. Whatever we are feeling and feeding into emotionally on the inside is somehow always materializing into whatever we see, experience, and physically attract in our outer world. Can we say that we have manifested the current show taking place on planet Earth? Magnetizing. Could it be that we've been kind of influenced into directing our power negative view? We know that where attention goes, energy flows. And we also know that we are highly energetic beings that are using these bodies to experience a material physical life. And we create the material physical life while we're in the body. The body becomes a super-tuned manifesting machine. Okay? Now, it's kind of like reckless abandon because we don't know this. Majority of us on this planet don't know it at all. So our inner world is an extension of our outer universe. And the outer world is an extension of our inner universe. This means that life extends into infinity in every direction and dimension. And our inner and outer universes are never separate. They're one. Even though our physical body appears to be a completely isolated entity, and it does appear that way for all of us, it is not. We live in one sacred ocean of energy. There simply is just one universe that extends for infinity into the outer realms, in all directions and interdimension. You contain the wet and salty qualities of the entire ocean, and yet are just a single drop in it. And the oceanic waves are always moving you and flowing through you as you. The essential problem that most people are having with this life is that they are not reaching deep enough inside themselves to reconnect with their actual living, breathing, infinite spiritual essence. Our spiritual nature is a real thing and made up. It is our most basic reality. It is what keeps our heart beating, breathing, and our lives, our life force, moving through us in every moment of existence. We do not have to breathe. Our bodies do it for us in most cases. The same is with our spiritual essence. It is living and creating through our physical body, unfolding its essential karmic programming within this great cosmic playground. And it's good for us to know that suffering happens only when the mind gets in the way. Whenever the mind gets in it, suffering begins. When we become overly focused on thoughts and material things that make us feel limited or time-bound, We start believing we only have limited options, and the realm of the infinite fades into the background of the finite. And we start thinking everyone is living in a very small, contracted world. When we only focus on our needs, we forget how to connect with the soul of others. If we are always thinking about money and more material possessions, we cannot see or feel the infinite reality that is beneath it all. The majority of the rat race is trapped in thinking about time-bound appointment, which causes consciousness to squeeze itself into a tiny temporal box, little boxes. We set these deadlines. It doesn't matter what it is, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4. With this deadline coming, we just do not have time to feel what eternity is like. And when we only live in a limited tick-tock 24-hour clock world that is consumed with resources around money and material items, we instantly start feeling disconnected from the infinite eternal being we actually are. And this addictive dwelling of the mind on what is not infinite or eternal is what makes us feel spiritually disconnected from every living being on this planet today. And we were all born with a limited time-bound physical body so that we could acquire a contrasting perspective and experience ourselves as the infinite, eternal being we actually are. We have the capability to create, manifest, and experience anything we desire. We are all the children of a great universal consciousness we call God that is impregnated with unlimited potentiality. If all this talk about the infinite is expanding your mind too much to handle today, just remember that your inner world is always impacting and manifesting something in your outer world. Every thought you believe to be true is what is creating your reality. Your thoughts are always flowing through you and are always creating everything in your life. You will become whatever you think in the future. To be aware of your innermost thoughts and yet somehow remain non-attached. Your thoughts are not who you truly are. You are an eternal infinite consciousness who is beyond form and time. You are pure awarenessness, reflecting back on itself in this physical universe of space and time. You let go of thoughts that were cycling in your mind yesterday and ideas about the way life should turn out for you tomorrow. This is where we get sidetracked. Choose to be here now. Now is the moment of power. Now is where enlightenment is discovered. For physically, we are forever forced to exist in this present moment. Our present awareness is always being generated from this present moment. Know this, and live and breathe within this knowing. You want your life to be smoother, fuller, or in touch with utter bliss. Get in touch with your eternal essence. Let go of any limiting thoughts that you have and drop into the knowingness that you are an infinite soul who will never, ever die. If you crave for some secure life that is easy and light, give that experience to yourself on the inner world within first. Find out how to soothe yourself emotionally, giving deep, robust, tingling sensations to every corner of your body, mind, and spirit. The great experience of divinity is always available and ready to take you into the higher dimension. Your greatest life is ready for you here now. So open yourself up Welcome it in. You will find the infinite within the finite. Trust the process. Breathe it in. And enjoy every breath you are given. Meditation is a listening with a receptive heart. Buddha. Life is not a problem. It's mystery to be lived, loved, and experienced, Osho. There's three basic responses to life. Three basic responses. The first is resisting what is, where our body contracts, tightens, and constricts. This occurs whenever we feel threatened, out of control, upset, or hurt in some way. The second response is allowing what is. This is an experience of trust, release, and expansion. We interpret life as a safe, loving, and nurturing place where we can relax and truly let go. Our lives feel open, exotic, and spacious. The third response contains components of the first two, yet is more of a neutral, non-identified response. From this place, we are truly detached from the body. We have no opinion, no identification with these thoughts passing through, and are free from all forms of judgment and limitation of any experience that arise. In each of these three responses to life is the possibility of discovering your own awareness. Life has given us the opportunity so that we may essentially be able to experience the totality of our divine existence. You take a closer look, you'll notice that all three of these experiences happen to you every day on some subtle or intense level. Your body-mind will contract with suffering, expand with joy, or not really have any particular response at all. It all depends on where your awareness is fixated on. Wherever your awareness flows, energy goes and manifestations grow. If you are attached to or are avoiding certain people, thoughts, feelings, or experiences, you will create some form of suffering. Transcending suffering means embracing and releasing each of the three conditional responses immediately as they arise. Means you're realizing that you're not this body-mind, nor any of the thoughts that flow through it. You've become self-realized. You know who you are is that which is beyond all knowledge and can never be fully known. Our perception of reality is based on the thoughts we agree to be real and true. The color of the blue sky may be very calming and soothing to some girl who is lying on her back in a warm field of grass, who is being absorbed by the deep blue yonder. An air traffic controller may not even notice the sky has any color at all as he is panicking about two planes trying to land at the same time. A newborn baby may not even know what the color blue is and can be looking at the sky and never notice anything blue out there at all. All the words that form the thoughts in your mind were given to you by others. You drop attachment to the words, it's easier to let go of the thoughts and ideas behind them. Wherever you focus your attention determines what you will experience. You are that powerful. When you master your ability to be the watcher of the words beyond the thoughts, you will never get caught in a world of suffering again. You will see that you are the one who forms all perception and creates your version of reality in each moment. The essential key to mastering the mystery of life is being this ever-present awareness. This means you are an opening, a blossoming of life, a willingness to experience each new moment of life, whatever it brings. Excuse me. You are being aware of your body, listening to the signals that are telling you when you are contracting, attached to, or in avoidance of anything. And by simply being an open vessel to experiencing life in all its flavors and colors, you can let go of needing to always be in control and start flowing with the river. Just as each great symphony hits the highest and lowest notes on every octave, life will play its high and low experiences through us. Whether you choose to resist the negative or hang on to the positive is what determines your bliss and freedom. How often have you found yourself gripping with anxiety or fear over some situation you thought was going to happen, yet never did? It's an everyday occurrence for many of us who are in the state of over-identification with their mind. The westernized society has trained, programmed, and conditioned you to react instead of respond consciously to information about the past, the future, from a place of fear. You are most likely already in a state of contraction before you even hear, feel, and see what it's about, what's about to happen next. With all this unconscious, contractive energy buried inside, you must make a valiant conscious effort to transcend this debilitating pattern. The only way is through intensifying your awareness. Several years ago, scientists did a study on human perception and found that we spend only 2% of our time in the present moment. Think about that. Only 2% of our time in the present moment. The other 98% of our time is spent in illusion our mind creates about the past and the future. We are completely missing the reality that is here now. What is happening now is the only thing that is real. And to pay attention to some thought that happened last week is to ignore this powerful and deeply amazing universe, which is happening now. Every one of us, to some degree, has an inner drama addict who is unconsciously addicted to hearing about the latest news, the town gossip, and what horrific things are happening around the world. It can even get sucked into the thrill of watching some stressful, dramatic movie if life starts to become too repetitive, dry, or predictable. Most of us would rather live our entire lives in this illusionary, dramatic world rather than let it go, face the unknown, and live completely in the state of formless, non-identified reality. It is important to realize that this life that we're in now, in its natural state, is very calming, healing, and peaceful. It is this unconscious saboteur inside who is responsible for manifesting extra, unnecessary drama in our lives. It feels bored and thinks that the drama makes it feel alive. it now has a life mission and purpose. It can feel useful again and could even fix the problem that it's created and feel an even bigger reason for being here. If this sounds familiar, our question for you is, if you didn't need a reason for being alive, and there was no reason for your existence, could you still enjoy yourself and all the things you love doing? Whenever we step out of our typical mindset and move into the unknown zone of human existence, all sorts of magical and mysterious experiences tend to occur. It is vital to understand that everything you experience in this life is part of your path to spiritual awakening. All roads lead to Rome. All paths lead to enlightenment. Life is a mystery to be lived, enjoyed, and celebrated. Your future will contain both painful and pleasureful experiences. Yet how you choose to respond to the circumstances is always up to you. When you can dive heart first into each experience of life fully, you will always come out the other side with an expansive, loving feeling. Life is always testing you to see how sensitive your heart can become. You're here to explore what it's like to have a fully conscious, open heart that is surrendered to this great mystery in each moment. It is a never-ending journey from the head into the heart. The divine mystery of life is perfect. And when your heart remains open, this divine perfection will always be revealed to you completely and perfectly as it always is. Practice living, take each day, day by day, this week, to see, feel, and experience the grand and divine mystery of life. Each morning before you get out of bed, say to yourself, I am committed to being open, the divine loving mystery of life today. Write this message next to your bed so you can memorize it easily. Have it there when you wake up. Approach every situation you're in this week with this awareness of embracing the great mystery. Remember, your true unlimited self can only be found in this present moment. When you're deeply and fully present to this present moment, you instantly become a radiant spiritual source of bliss for all to enjoy. Make the commitment to be devoted to being here now. You will find true freedom from all your worries, problems, and concerns forever. The here and now is the only place we will ever find this freedom, and so it all depends on how devoted you are to this now moment. You will easily discover this true freedom by spending all your awareness in the now. Practice embracing each of life's moments by diving into each experience with your heart, welcoming the experiences that arise instead of going into judgment. Notice when you are in your head, judging, analyzing, or labeling others, yourself, or life to be a certain way. Live each moment as if it were your last, fully present and soaking up every juicy morsel of it. 2% of us, roughly, are only, that's it, we're focused, that we spend any time in the now. 98% yesterday and tomorrow. Okay? That's the crux of it. We can choose to shift out of that, out of yesterday and tomorrow, and into the now. What's the big deal about being in the now anyway? You know? Being in yesterday and tomorrow isn't that bad. But unfortunately, it's where we all suffer. 98% of the people on this planet, give or take, suffer every day, day in and day out, because they're living in yesterday and tomorrow. And the now is like non-existent. People wake up every day in this country alone and immediately are thinking about tomorrow. Not the day they're in, but tomorrow. Or the next day, or a week, or a month. This is where we miss the target. Focusing, what you would believe that we would gravitate towards what? The now, because the now is where we don't suffer. We don't have anxiety. We don't have stress. We aren't frustrated. We aren't suffering. We're in bliss, joy, happiness. Because it doesn't make sense. The ego mind, even though it's an illusion, isn't in the now. It doesn't go there. It doesn't exist there. And this way you leave the ego mind alone and are able to watch it through the now, moment to moment to moment. This is how you master it. And the only thing about the ego, what do you think the ego mind is really craving? Peace. Peace. That's all. It. And unfortunately, it's caught up in believing that the peace, that it's going to find the peace, but the peace is out there. It's not within. So this is what drives a lot of us. The ego mind traps us into believing that we have to strive forward into what? Yesterday and tomorrow. And when I used to do tarot and read cards, do card readings, crystal readings, and all that stuff years ago, I would say 99%, if not more, of the people that I would do readings for, they were only interested in one thing, future. They wanted to know the future. Isn't that wild? And not aware that they create their future in the now. Okay? You manifest it in the now, moment to moment. That's what we all do. And if you stress, right, about something, fixate on something, it's going to come in. And this is why we've all been trained into what? What have we been trained to do? Focus on things we don't want. The weirdest thing is it's easier to do that than to focus on things we want. Why is that? Because we're fearful. Okay, so you're going to focus on something you want. What's going to happen if I get it? What am I going to do then? I kid you not, that's what goes on. So a lot of us, through the ego mind, will sabotage things that we want to come in because we're fearful of them coming in. Now, isn't that crazy? And it's all predicated on what? The thoughts that have been given to us. That's it. The thoughts that have been given to us by other people. I mean, that's off the charts there. And knowing that, it's not being upset or anything. It isn't their fault. Because it was like, given all the way down the line. So we begin to focus on the now. We stay in the now. We're not going to stay in now all the time. But as we focus, we'll stay in it more than we ever have. And eventually, we will be in it all the time. And yesterday and tomorrow will be a thing of the past. We won't give it even a smidgen of attention. So it's a flip. Right now, the civilization, this particular species on this planet, the outer rim of the Milky Way galaxy, focused on yesterday and tomorrow, which is the ego mind's realm. As we become more aware and choose to become more aware, we will move out of the yesterday and tomorrow into the now. And as we practice it more and more in the now, we will embrace it more because it will be a lot more fun. I believe that every one of us have incarnated so many times for the most part, right? We've been through this over and over and over and over again. Pain, suffering, disappointment, anger, hatred, destruction, manipulation, dishonesty, greed. I mean, think about it. We've all experienced those things. Not just a little bit, a whole lot. And just because right now we don't remember our past lives doesn't really change it, because eventually we will know them all. It just won't be when we're in ego mind. It'll be when we're in heart mind. Period. We aren't, see, the interesting thing, as I said, we are not here to survive. We are here to thrive. Okay? We're not here to survive. We're here to thrive as a civilization. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you've imagined. Henry David Thoreau. Great advice. Live the life you imagine. You are the sole creator of your reality. Your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and vibration determine what people, situations, events, experiences, and things are magnetized to you. Everything that you attract and manifest stems first from the inside and then manifests into the outer world. And this process is the engine and fuel for your soul's awakening and evolution in consciousness. Join you in the meditation. I'll return to close us up. Take an easy and slow breath in through the nose. An easy and slow breath out from the mouth. Remain still, relaxed into your body. Focused on your breath rising and falling. You are the light who is listening. One of the most enlightening and truly liberating lessons that any of us can receive in life is this. We are not these negative thoughts, nor are we the positive ones. We are the light that is listening to them both. This also means that we are not these heavy negative feelings, nor are we the uplifting positive ones. We are the purest essence that is receiving them both. Who we truly are is always behind the mirror, instead of what our mind perceives is in front. We are the one watching it all. And the good news is this eternal watcher cannot ever become permanently identified with anything. So we cannot be permanently damaged by any life experience. We are that which is untaintable, indestructible, and incapable of being changed. We are that purest, most innocent light, which is always beyond all change. We are infinite awareness, the pure consciousness, the highest divine presence. So if you want to truly be happy and free in this lifetime, remember this enlightening truth. Each and every time you become over-identified with these positive and negative thoughts. May you find it ridiculously fun to easily remember this year that you always are the purest one who is forever here listening. Take this with you for the rest of the day, into the evening and night, the following morning. We will return here Wednesday, December 17, 2025, after 3:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our global guided meditation call, and after 9:15 p.m. Eastern to continue our Time for Change call. Be gentle, kind, generous, and humble with yourself at all times. Be in the highest of the highest high, deepest of the deepest deepest, and purest of the purest purest, eternal gratitude at all times, no matter what's going on within you or outside of you. Open your heart, allow the bliss, the joy, the deep eternal love, gratitude, the peace, fun, the happiness to come flooding in.